Hello, ladies and gents. Welcome to tonight's episode of Le Morte d'Arthur. Tonight, we shall finally, well, not finally answer, but tonight, for the moment, we shall answer that question of who is the greater knight, Sir Tristram or Sir Palomides. And yes, you are first, Rosie. Welcome, welcome, welcome. As tonight we see just who is going to take home the trophy for being king of the battlefield. Sir Palomides and Sir Tristram are both in the running for the award tonight. It's kind of like the Oscars for knights. And there we go. Got a little bit of a sun shield on there. Hello, I can see you all now. Welcome, welcome, welcome. So hello Rose, hello Dawn, hello Rachel, welcome, welcome, welcome. I hope you're all feeling very well this evening. I'm feeling well, and we're looking forward to this. We've also got, what else have we got? After tonight's episode, I will be reading, I'm always reading, but after tonight's episode, I will be reading The Wasteland by T.S. Eliot in its entirety. Looking forward to that. That should be good fun. So yeah, all around, just feeling pretty perky and good this evening, which is, I'm sure, what you'd want of me in the first place. So welcome. Hello Amanda, come in. We'll give it another minute and then we will plunge into the fray of tonight's episode with gusto. Hello, come in, Amanda, welcome. So we'll plunge in with gusto to tonight's episode, which will be wonderful. Wonderful indeed. That's right. So, yes, there we have it, ladies and gents. You read to Children's Day. Excellent. That sounds excellent. Hello, Karen. Come in. Welcome. The clock has chimed 8 minutes past, ladies and gents. So we shall get into tonight's show. Hello, Chris. Welcome. Last time we spoke, we were there at the castle of Lonazep for the great tournament that King Arthur was holding. During the first day of the tournament, hello, Christian. Hello, come in. Hello, Math. Come in. During the first day of the tournament, we saw just what happened. When Tristram seems to be the greatest knight upon the field. Either Sir Tristram or Sir Lancelot surely would win it, for those are the two greatest knights in all of the realm. But, ladies and gents, Sir Palomides took upon him a second wind, it seemed. For Sir Palomides saw the beautiful Lady Isolde sitting in the seat, and when he saw her there, he was so consumed with love with her that his heart became aflame, and he swore that he would do the greatest that ever he did. And so, ladies and gents, so he took his horse, rode into the battle, smiting right and left and centre, just like we're smiting trolls at the moment. Riding out onto the field, and there he proved such skill at arms, there he proved such strength, that she surely won. We're getting a lot of trolls today, aren't we? A lot of trolls. We don't usually get so many trolls. Periscope, sort out the troll problem. Just a lot of troll today, Dawn. I have to apologise for the trolls. They are making some awful comments. But Grace is here. Grace isn't a troll. Welcome, Grace. We're happy to see Grace. Hello. How are you this fine evening? Come in, Grace. Sit yourself down. We are just about to begin tonight's episode, because I was telling of how yesterday, once Sir Palomides had spied the beautiful Isolde, who he loves more than anyone else in all the world, then he had the strength to do great deeds of arms, and in fact so great deed of arms that he got a little bit carried away. Thank you, Grace. I could use the extra hand. In fact, Sir Palomides was doing such a great job upon the field of battle that when he was seen by King Arthur, Sir Lancelot was dispatched to teach him a lesson in humility. And when Lancelot came at him, Sir Palomides, seeing Sir Lancelot, knew that Lancelot was the greatest warrior in all the realm. Palomides could surely not withstand a full attack from Lancelot and his spear, and so he readied himself for the charge of Lancelot, raised his sword above his head, and instead of attacking Lancelot, knocked the head clean off Lancelot's horse, causing Lancelot to fall to the earth. It was a shameful tactic. Lancelot was so angry about it that even though it was a friendly tournament, he nearly slew Palomides there and then. But Palomides begged for his life, begged for forgiveness from Lancelot. And Lancelot took pity upon Palomides, for he had, after all, done such great deeds of arms that day, that he agreed to allow Palomides to take the victory of that day for being the greatest man upon the tournament field. Of course, all of this has been quite a shock to the supporters of Sir Tristram. After all, how could it ever be that Tristram, a better man than Sir Palomides by far, a man who has never lost to Palomides in a fair fight, how could Sir Tristram be outshone by Sir Palomides? Well, ladies and gents, that is the question. And so tonight, please join me at the castle of Lonazep once more as we find out just what will happen. Just what we can see take place as Tristram raises himself to the bar and attempts to prove himself to be the greatest knight in all the realm. Ladies and gents, let's begin tonight's show. After that day, Sir Dinadan railed against Sir Tristram and said to him, "What the devil was upon you this day? For Sir Palomides' strength never weakened today. In fact, as the day progressed, he seemed to double his strength. And you, Sir Tristram, were you fared this day as well as if you'd been asleep, and therefore I called you, Tristram, a coward?" "Well, Dinadan," said Sir Tristram, "I was never called a coward, or know of no earthly knight in my life, and know you well, sir. I myself am never the more coward. Though Sir Lancelot gave me a fall, I defeated all knights that I faced apart from him. And doubt you not, Sir Dinadan, Sir Lancelot has a quarrel good. He is too overgood for any knight that is now living. No man could stand against him. And yet, due to his sufferance, his largesse, his bounty, and his courtesy, I still call him a knight peerless, even though he defeated me." And so, in this manner, Sir Tristram was angry with Sir Dinadan. "But all this language," Sir Dinadan said, because he thought that he would anger Sir Tristram by saying this. He thought that by calling Tristram a coward, that he could awaken his spirit and make Tristram angry, for he well knew that Sir Tristram should be thoroughly angry, and if so, then Sir Palomides would not get the prize the second day. And it was out of this intent that Sir Dinadan said all the bad things about Sir Tristram. "Truly," said Sir Palomides, As for Sir Lancelot, of his noble knighthood, courtesy, prowess, and gentleness, I know not his peer. For this day, said Sir Palomides, I was full uncourteously towards Sir Lancelot, and full unknightly, and yet, despite this, full knightly and courteously he did to me again. For he had been so ungentle to me as I was to him this day, that I might have won no worship. And therefore, said Palomides, I shall be Sir Lancelot's knight while my life lasts. This talking was in the houses of kings. But all kings, lords, and knights said, of clear knighthood and of pure strength, of bounty, of courtesy, Sir Lancelot and Sir Tristram bore the prize above all knights that ever were in Arthur's days. And there were never knights in Arthur's days who did half so many deeds as they had done. And as this book says, no 10 knights ever managed together to accomplish half as many deeds as they did. And so, there was never a knight in their days that required Sir Lancelot or Sir Tristram of any quest, so not to their shame, but they performed their desire. Halfway through tonight's tale, ladies and gents, halfway through, Dinadan seems to have taken it upon himself to be a bit of a coach unto Sir Tristram, giving him a bit of half-time talk, calling him out as a coward, calling him feeble and weak, in the hope that in the second day of the tournament, Tristram might get angry, might let the rage out, and thus smite in a way that might defeat Sir Palomides upon the field of battle. It's one strategy, ladies and gents. Will it be the winning one is the question. Because now we'll get into the second half of tonight's tale, and now we'll see just what happens when the tournament recommences, ladies and gents. So, on the morning, Sir Lancelot departed, and Sir Tristram made himself ready. And the beautiful Queen Isolde was with Sir Palomides and Sir Gareth. And so they rode, all in green, full freshly be seen into the forest. And Sir Tristram had left Sir Dinadan sleeping in his bed. And so, as they rode, it happened that the king and Lancelot stood in the window and saw Tristram ride with Isolde. Sir, said Lancelot, yonder rides the fairest lady of the world, except our own queen, Queen Guinevere. Hello, Robin, hello, come in, you're very welcome. Who is that? Said Arthur. Sir, said Lancelot, it is Queen Isolde that, with the exception of your own queen, is peerless. Take your horse, said Arthur, and array yourself at all rights as I will do, and I promise you, said the king, I will see her. Thank you. Then anon they were armed and horsed, and either took a spear and rode into the forest. Sir, said Lancelot, it is good that you go towards them, for know you well that with her are 2 as good knights as any that are now living, and therefore, sir, I pray you, be not too hasty. For out of adventure there will be some knights who will be displeased, and we shall come suddenly upon them. As for that, said Arthur, I will see her, for I take no force whom I grieve. Sir, said Lancelot, you put yourself in great jeopardy. As for that, said the king, we will take the adventure. And right so, anon, the king rode even to her and saluted her and said, God you save. Sir, said she, "you are welcome." Then Arthur beheld her and liked her wonderly well. And with that came Sir Palomides unto Arthur, and he said, "Uncourteous knight, what do you seek here? You are uncourteous to come upon a lady so suddenly, therefore withdraw yourself." King Arthur took no heed of Palomides' words, and Palomide himself did not recognise Arthur, but ever Arthur looked upon Queen Isolde. Then was Sir Palomides angry, and therewith he took a spear and came hurtling upon King Arthur and smote him down with a spear. When Sir Lancelot saw that strike from Sir Palomides, he said to himself, "I am loath to have ado with that yonder knight, and not for his own sake, but because he rides with Sir Tristram, my friend. And one thing I am sure of, if I were to go now and smite down Sir Palomides, I would have to do with Sir Tristram, and that might be too much for me to fight them both, for they are the two most noble knights I have ever seen, and notwithstanding whether I live or I die, I must revenge my lord, and so I will, whatsoever befalls of me." And so therewith Sir Lancelot cried to Palomides, "Keep yourself from me." And then Sir Lancelot and Palomides rushed together with two spears strongly, but Sir Lancelot smote Sir Palomides so hard that he went quite out of his saddle and had a great fall. When Sir Tristram saw Sir Palomides have that fall, he said to Sir Lancelot, "Sir Knight, keep yourself, for I must have ado with thee." "As for to joust with me," said Sir Lancelot, "I will not fail you, for I have no fear of you. But I am loath to have ado with you, and I might choose, for I know that you know that I must revenge my special lord, who was unhorsed unwarily and unknightly by that man. And therefore, though I have revenged that fall, take you no displeasure therein, for he is to me such a friend that I did not wish to see him shamed." Anon, Sir Tristram understood by his person and by his knightly words that it was Sir Lancelot du Lake who stood before him. And verily, Sir Tristram deemed that it was King Arthur that Sir Palomides had struck down. Then Sir Tristram put his spear from him, and put Palomides again on horseback. And Sir Lancelot put Arthur upon horseback, and so departed. "So God me help," said Sir Tristram to Palomides, "you were not worshipful when you smote down that knight so suddenly as you did. And know you well that you have done yourself great shame, for the knight who came here out of their gentleness to see the fair Lady Isolde. And surely that is what every good knight should do, to come and behold a fair lady. And you had not ado to play such masteries before her. Know you well that it will turn to anger, for the man that you smote down, Palomides, was King Arthur, and that other man was the good knight Sir Lancelot." But I shall not forget the words of Lancelot, when he called that man a man of great worship. Thereby I realised at that point that it was King Arthur that you'd been fighting. And as for Sir Lancelot, if there had been 500 knights in this meadow, he would not have refused them, and yet he said he would refuse to fight me because he loved me so. And by that again I realised that man must have been Sir Lancelot, for ever he has forborne love towards me in every place that we have met, and he has shown me the greatest kindness of any knights, and I outtake none. Say whatever men will say, he bears the flower of all chivalry. Say it to him whomsoever will. and he be well angered, and that him he knows and will do his utterance without any favour. I know him, but Sir Lancelot is overhard whether on horseback or on foot. I may never believe, said Palomides, that was King Arthur, and he rode so privily as if he were a poor errant knight. Ah, said Tristram, you do not know my lord Arthur, for all knights may learn to be a knight of him, and therefore you may be sorry, said Sir Tristram, of your unkindly deeds towards so noble a king. And the thing that is done may not be undone, said Palomides. And then Sir Tristram sent Queen Isolde unto her lodging in the priory, there to behold that day's tournament. Today's tournament hasn't even begun, ladies and gents, and already Palomides is wreaking havoc. Unchivalry, he has knocked King Arthur clean from his horse, and at least this time Sir Lancelot has managed to have the better of him to knock Palomides down again, and almost had to fight Sir Tristram, had Sir Tristram not recognised him, ladies and gents. But there we have it. There we have it. Beginning day 2 of the tournament. Palomides has knocked down Arthur. Lancelot has knocked down Palomides. The only man who hasn't knocked anyone down at this point is Sir Tristram. The question on everyone's lips, therefore, is this. When we come back tomorrow night, ladies and gents, when we come back and do this again tomorrow night, will Palomides be the man who takes victory on the battlefield, or will it be Tristram? I can't wait to find out. I can't wait to share it with you. It will come in good time, ladies and gents. And it will be wonderful. But we'll find out more about that tomorrow night. Coming up in a few minutes' time, ladies and gents, though, is the Poetry Live show. And hello, Louise. Hello, Rosella. Hello, Larry. Come in. Poetry Live is just about to start, ladies and gents. Tonight, I am reading one of my favourite poems in its entirety. Tonight, I am reading T.S. Eliot's The Wasteland in its entirety. In just a few short minutes, so I'm going to run downstairs and grab myself a drink. But first, I would like to say a massive thank you to everyone who came tonight. Thank you, Dawn. Thank you, Rachel. Thank you, Karen and Marcella. Thank you, Louise and Larry. Apologies to everyone. I will, Dawn. After the show, I will tweet the reference to which text I'm reading. Apologies for the amount of trolls that we had through tonight. We seem to be going through a bit of a spate of trolls at the moment, but smiting will overcome them. Smiting will see them off, ladies and gents. And in the meantime, I will see you all very, very shortly for Poetry Live. See you in a bit. Bye-bye.